Hello, welcome to part 3 of the Ascension Symptoms Manual. So we finished off part 2 talking about the electric bones, which I think is awesome. Thinking of your bones with all these crystals inside them. Pretty beautiful. So we're talking about physical symptoms, senses. Etheric vision. This causes blurry eyesight, seeing non-physical mist or fog, raining light, static fields, new colour spectrums, lights flashing, heat signatures, warps, vortex swirls, and many more. As you start to anchor into a higher vibrational plane, your non-physical vision will activate. Now, I love this because this is so resonant with an experience I had yesterday, but also like I remember back in in 2015 I met a soulmate that came in and created a huge activation within me, set me on a massive activation. I can remember points in my life where big activations started through different souls and experiences that entered into my life. I'm going through another one right now. When that happened, within about a year of me meeting that person, I started to my eyes started to get really blurry. I started to see energy more, and I started to find it harder to focus on things. And I didn't know at the time, right? I just went to the opticians. They prescribed me glasses. I started wearing them glasses, but very soon I was like, I don't need these glasses. I took the glasses off, and I realized my eyes had adjusted, and I started to realize, my vision is adjusting. I didn't know it at the time. I didn't need glasses. My vision was just adjusting to the new energy that was entering into my system. But as I've continued on that journey, I do see energy. I see it particularly strong around fabrics. I see it particularly strong in a night when I get up in the middle of the night. It's almost like I can literally see into another dimension. But yesterday in the woods, when I was, after being through this meditation, I was with a special tree in the woods, and I was just looking at the energy, and I just got this big wave of mist just come up and go through just in front of my face. As I then start to see it's just a beautiful butterfly gone past, and I then just started to see this golden rain just in the air. So I just think that's very resonant. So you'll start to experience that more and more on this awakening journey on your ascension path, as you start to tune into the subtle energies, and you'll start to be able to perceive this in the atmosphere around you. So this usually occurs after a Kundalini flash. Most psychic mediums are born with etheric vision, which allows us to see multi-dimensionally. Exercise. And I was doing this exercise, I did this first. During sunset, go outside and stare at a tree. This can be the trunk or the leaves. Slightly see through the air by adjusting your eyes, and you will see faint white light raining down. You also can adjust your sight slightly cross-eyed while looking about 3 feet from the ground. Then it says, make sure you look at this from a slight distance, not too close. Hold your focus, as you will start to see faint white light raining down. To some, this may look see-through, like snow. As you hold your focus, you will start to see them densify and sparkle. Once you master this, it helps to turn your etheric eyesight on. Some of you will be able to see portals, spirits, auras, plasma-like codes coming from the sun, and elementals, fairies, trolls, earth guardians, inner earth beings. So I'm not yet seeing the fairies, although maybe I am, because I'm seeing a lot of light, and certainly when I look at the sun, I'm seeing the light codes. So do that, and like she's saying here, the more you do it, the more you're going to start to see these light codes, start to see portals. But you have to be, you have to be out in nature. You have to be giving yourself time in stillness, in connection, to be able to start perceiving these. Hearing, inner ear clicks, ear pops, high-pitched ringing are massively on my journey. Hearing voices and unusual sounds within the inner ear. This is due to the attunement of the crystals inside of your ears. As they sense higher frequency waves in your field, they will cause these symptoms. This can be because of the light entering your field for upgrades or due to a light being. A light being can be an angel or another being that is not in a dense form, i.e. flesh suit. As you travel more through the 4D plane, also known as the astral, the ear popping and sudden ringing will occur. Yeah, I've experienced that so much on my journey. And I know when I get this ringing, often I'm getting a download, a message is coming in. When you leave your home and go out to interact with another frequency, this too will cause these symptoms. You will notice that when you get back home in the safety light net, that it fades after an hour. Seeing diamond sparkles. When salt is in a fire, it alters the electrons and causes the salt to release photons of light. When looking at this, it appears as golden sparkles. These photons of light are what we are transforming into. These photons of light are all around us. Therefore, as the solar flares blast and reach our lower atmosphere, it changes the electrons in the air, causing us to see flashes of tiny diamond lights. The earth and all living beings upon her are slowly entering the sun. As we get closer, more heat is added, causing these magical phenomena. Smells. Sudden sensitivity to smells that come and go. I experienced that a lot. And when I read this, because I'm ahead of reading this, guys, because I just eat this stuff up. I just love it. And this, well, I think I said at the beginning, it's why I decided to read this. I was like, this is an amazing book for people. You know, I was so grateful when I was going through some of my Ascension symptoms early on that there were other people out there that had experienced them, so I could start to understand what I was experiencing more. And these sudden smells, smelling smoke, that was something that happened so often. I just smell smoke, but I definitely, the smell senses increase. Also smelling smoke often, but no one around you is smoking. Absolutely. This can also be the smell of burning sage or any kind of smoke smells. Then this is personal experience. Years ago, I always smelt smoke, yet no one around me was smoking. It was so bad that I thought I was imagining it, or it was some deceased spirit always around me. That's what I thought at first. I thought it was just like, my granddad used to smoke cigars. I used to think it was my granddad around me. The smell was so strong, it was as if someone was blowing the smoke in my face. Finally, when I asked my angels, they informed me that what I smelled was not outside of me, but inside. I was like, what? Literally, that was my reaction. They informed me that it was from the high plasma light being received into my thalamus, which emitted out of my pineal and pituitary glands. I was literally smelling the frying, I love it, of this pyramid process. Here is an example of what is occurring from my Crackling the Chrysalis book, which I've just ordered, actually just arrived yesterday. So the mind skeptic, I'm going to show you that diagram there. What is happening is the activation of the crystal pyramid inside of your brain. Remember that all your organs, your entire body is crystallizing. Your thymus receives all the light calls. It then works with your pineal and pituitary glands to project out of your third eye your reality, taste buds. Foods that were too sour for you now are not. You have sudden moments where your taste buds feel numb or change in taste. I'm actually going through that right now, actually. So I'm definitely craving a lot of like fruit, like orange, to cut through that, because my taste, because I went through a massive upgrade about a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still upgrading, but you know, it's settled a little bit, but my taste buds are numb right now. This is happening due to the light coming into the thalamus chamber. As this light comes in, it is altering all your physical senses. When food hits your tongue, the chemical reaction travels into your nerves to make its way to your thalamus. Think of the thalamus as a call center where calls come in from all dimensions. What a great metaphor. It then operates as a switchboard manager to make sure the signals are sent out properly. When the taste buds are crystallizing, it can cause these symptoms. Some will feel sudden energy swirls or tingles on their tongue when this takes place. It is wise to pay attention to what foods make your tongue react more. Sometimes foods suddenly cause an allergic reaction that were fine before. As your body is changing, it will become more sensitive to the chemicals in food. For oversensitivity, it's wise to try eating a raw food diet to see if that helps. Since the cells in the body are starting to vibrate so high, they will need an energy source that is of a similar vibration. High vibrational foods are living foods like raw fruits and vegetables. That's probably why I'm getting an increase in my desire for fruit, because I've always liked fruit, but I've never eaten that much fruit. I'm more a veggie girl. I love my veg, but I've had a massive craving for a lot more fruit. So the taste to thalamus. So this is just another diagram. Again, I would say if you want to, I really recommend getting this book so you've got it to dip in and out of. But if not, do stop this and you can have a little more study of that diet. You can study that diagram more. Physical symptoms, organs, bladder. Overactive, sensitive bladder. Sudden repeated urges to urinate occurs due to the intense amounts of plasma light coming into your body. Those who meditate often or have just received energy healing will have this symptom, massively, needing to go to the toilet more. Keep track of this to monitor that it is occurring at times of DNA activations, upgrades, and not a serious medical condition. This should not be a constant symptom, but instead only during these times of upgrades. Another time these surges come is during heavy solar activities and celestial alignment, heart palpitations. This occurs a lot for those in stage 1. What is happening is your 4-chamber physical heart is shifting into an 8-chamber crystalline heart. This is when your thymus gland is preparing for the anchoring of your Christ seed. For those in stage 2, this occurs when another petal of your higher heart is expanding. When it happens, there are several palpitations at once due to the crystallizing of the petals. This feeling is felt at your thymus. I definitely felt that a lot. And at my thymus as well, rather than, so not in your 4-heart chamber, because I was like, what is going on here? If it is around the 4th chamber heart, that is physical bound and relates to a heart attack. Think of when the sun shines on a morning glory flower and their petals all bloom at once. Now imagine the petals as crystals. As they expand outward and touch each other, it causes a sensation of palpitations. Intestines, diarrhea. Wow, I mean, this is probably too much detail, guys, but through my I just feel like it's important to talk about these things, right? During my last upgrade, which was happening a couple of weeks ago, which you'll hear me talking about, I experienced this. Sudden diarrhea happens when the body needs to flush out energy it just transmuted. This is needed to make room for light to come in and shift you up an entire octave. Often I feel so much work happening in this area, in the stomach area, the intestines, and it's almost like you can feel your body liquidizing inside. It makes me imagine what it feels like for the caterpillar that's in the chrysalis, and its body is literally, you can just feel all these murmurings and stuff just going on inside. Liver, so I talked about the liver is coming in strong right now. Most are finding liver imbalances due to their body trying to detox suppressed emotions and chemicals. This can cause the liver to produce too many triglycerides, which can lead to type 2 diabetes. And it says in brackets, I've noticed type 2 mainly in clients that have Rh negative blood. Monitoring your carbohydrate intake helps to reduce this. The angels once told me that the lemon and liver are lovers. What they mean is that drinking water with freshly squeezed lemon helps to detox your liver. That's a really good tip. I am paying more attention to be more consistent with that at the moment, realizing that liver needs more focus. Personal experience, drinking water with lemon first thing in the morning works best. What the angels advise me to do is drink a full glass of water first thing in the morning before I digest anything. I also noticed that my body would crave cilantro prior to a light storm, as I call it. Another key method is I drink a lot of water at night to prepare my vessel for those light storms. Each body is different. My body needs close to 300 ounces of water a day. Your body will always let you know what it needs. I don't know what that is in terms of what I drink. And as Sunita is saying here, your body will tell you, I do drink a lot of water, and some days I need a lot more. But generally I drink a lot of water. I realise as I'm going through all these upgrades, all this energy work, that your body just needs much more water. So just listen to your body. They say out there, drink 8 glasses. Ignore that advice. Listen to your body and give your body what it needs. Reproductive system, male cramping. This is cramping, sore breasts, feeling hormonal for males. This is due to the balancing of the divine feminine energies within the masculine forms. Another reason this happens is because you are becoming more in tune with Mother Earth, as she's literally birthing a new cycle. So are you. Menstrual cycle. Irregular flows, cramps, sore breasts and spotting. This is due to a change in your uterus and reproductive system crystallizing. You will notice that you have cramps even though you are not on your cycle. Yeah, I have noticed that actually. A lot going on in that area. Keep track of these and look up what celestial alignments are occurring. This is so you can identify with what celestial energies you are more sensitive to. Vagina. You may experience moistness or a clear discharge. This is happening when surges of plasma light enter your body. As they flow through your body, they densify into liquid. Those who are grid workers will notice a vibration in their labia when they are near an energy vortex. Yes, I can concur. Others will feel this vibration randomly throughout the day. Actually, sometimes it feels like a purring. It is due to the inner Earth sun emitting its own solar flares. These flares travel upward into the grid's Earth, which is felt by your Earth star chakra, which is located beneath the feet. Skin, dry, itchy. Your skin is absorbing the diamond plasma light into the dermis via the sun, as well as from your own plasma light body. As this occurs, it causes the skin to become extremely dry and itchy. What also is happening is your pores are emitting diamond dust sparkles. As your flesh is becoming more crystalline, you will notice tiny diamond dust sparkles on your pores, mainly while in the sun. Instead of your sweat glands producing solid dense liquid, it is now producing tiny crystals. How beautiful! Stage 2, this can occur more in the face and upper lip area. Self-care routine, rubbing organic coconut oil on the skin, rubbing aloe vera all over the skin. Yeah, recently I've been massively drawn to aloe vera. I used to use coconut oil a lot, but I've been massively drawn into aloe vera. Adding aloe vera into a smoothie. Fill it in aloe vera and add some to the coconut oil as a nice organic skin balm. Hives. Since the skin is the biggest organ, your body will purge via the skin. When hives occur, it is because an immediate purging needs to take place prior to a DNA activation. The purging taking place is to release deep suppressed emotions that have not been fully healed consciously. Pigmentation. Sudden multicolored skin pigmentation may appear. This should go back to normal once the upgrade is done. That is so... Literally, I might have told this story, so I won't say it long, but I woke up about a week and a half ago after a huge activation and my face was literally so brown that when I went over to my sister, she was like, why is your face so brown, Corinne? It's browner than when you went traveling around Central America. I was like, I know, I just woke up like this. And as Sunita said, within a few days, it had gone back to normal. However, you will notice lighter skin as the flesh is becoming crystalline. Stomach, acid reflux, heartburn. This happens when the energy centers in your stomach are receiving immense light. This also occurs as light travels into the vagus nerve from the 9th chakra during solar flares. Keep in mind, this is for those who have not had prior acid reflux issues. For those who have, it is because you have a lot of suppressed emotions held in the stomach. This concept goes for all stomach symptoms. bloating. Light expands, so when the body has just engulfed the first light storm of codes, it will cause severe bloating. This is when increasing your water intake will help you immensely. I really experienced that a lot in the earlier part of this year. This mainly occurs for those of stage 1 who are at first awakening. Eating habits. Sudden shifts in your eating habits literally overnight. Yeah, massively. Food you once loved are now not appealing to you. You no longer desire dense foods such as meat and have sudden chemical sensitivities. Yeah, I mean, I actually stopped eating meat. I was a massive meat eater until I was about, I think it was like 30 or something when I stopped eating meat, and my food habits have been massively changing along this ascension path. Food cravings. Having sudden food cravings. For women, this is going to increase twofold during your menstrual cycle. Yeah. Your body's constantly transmitting and upgrading, so it needs specific fuels of energy, always be in tune with your body. Absolutely. And the more that you are connecting to your body, the more you're going on your healing journey, the more you just know what the body needs. And I've noticed that so much. I just know my body needs this, it needs that, and you'll crave it. You'll crave that food, and you just know that it's your body directing you, and it is amazing, right? You don't have to second guess. Your body directs you. To discern if it is an organic craving or to feed the ego, yeah, this is important. Wait 15 minutes. If this craving goes away, then it typically means it was not an organic craving. Over time, you will be able to override organic cravings and be more naturally in tune with your body. Yeah, I stopped eating crisps mostly last year, to be honest, but then sometimes I would get this craving for crisps, right? And I realized it was the mind, because then when I would give in to that craving and eat those crisps, oh my God, did I suffer. I suffered the worst stomach aches ever. And and I'm glad that I did it, because it showed me, and I knew it was the mind. And I knew that, you can easily discern whether it's a craving from the mind. Sometimes, we've done these things for so long, like eat crisps, that as our body's starting to change, and it will no longer tolerate those kind of toxins, you'll start to feel ill as you eat them, to be honest. And you'll start to realize, you'll start to, and become to a point where you start to lose the desire. I mean, I just started to lose the desire for these stuff. And then if it did come into my mind, and there's a bit of a hangover of mind there, then if I did give in to that mind, like I say, I would suffer. And then it'd give me awareness of like, no, Corinne, realize you can't eat this stuff anymore. It's not for you anymore. Your body does not desire this food anymore. Nausea. Sudden nausea is due to multiple energy steps at a time you just climbed. If you are on stage 2 and have just ventured into the 3D world, it is due to climbing down multiple energy stairs. Until one has mastered how to adjust their energy field, this will occur. Ravage appetite. Yeah, this has happened. This feels like something inside of you is eating at your stomach. Yep, it is a feeling that your metabolism is going at such intense speeds that no matter what you eat, you still are hungry. This happens when your cellular structure is going through intense vibrational upgrades. In those moments, your vessel is calling out for more energy supply from food. Salt, sugar cravings. The angels always say the human DNA is mainly salt and sugar. When DNA is being upgraded, it sometimes will cause these cravings. It longs for sources in salt and sugar found in nature, not man-made. Salt is craved when the thyroid is producing more hormones. Refer to the thyroid symptoms chapter to read on how salt helps the nerve fibers. The angels always tell me that humans are walking saltwater batteries. We need salt and are loaded with it inside of us, just like the ocean is. This is why salt comes out of our eyes, saliva, and our pores when we sweat. Remember, our DNA is shifting into a silica-based template. Sea salt and Himalayan salt is extremely healing, if not overindulged. Salt is extremely important because it helps to dissolve the negative effects EMF, electromagnetic fields, have on your energy field. EMF can alter the blood, which in turn alters the DNA. Salt is directly related to famous organic philosopher's stone. Here is an excerpt from the Angelic Pearls 144 book. This is a symbol here. So the small circle represents the biofield emitted from one's heart. The square represents the crystal structure needed for DNA stabilization. The triangle represents the pyramid that you are, and the large circle represents the crystalline lattice around you. So it says the small circle of the alchemical symbol is the biofield of energy created from the vibration of your heart. The square is that of a crystalline structure of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride, salt, is highly important for human DNA. This helps your body to be the saltwater battery for conducting source light into the Earth's grid. This takes us into the next shape, the triangle, simply a representation of the pyramidal structure, the tetrahedron that all of creation hold. The outer circle is then the bio-lattice created once the pillar of light surrounds you, 12:12 on the clock. This is the creation of the pearl that you all are. In ancient Egypt, the offering seen in hieroglyphs of a smaller triangle inside a larger one represents monatomic white powder. This is the sodium chloride needed to stabilize DNA. The white powder from an Andara stone is diamond light from the central sun materialized. While crystals alone are a materialized form of the planetary neurotransmitters, when one holds an Andara stone, they can immediately feel a vibration in their body. This is because the monatomic white powder holds the diamond codes needed to upgrade one's DNA. Once the fall in vibration started in ancient times of Egypt, they needed a way to reach these higher aspects of themselves. This is when almost of shewbread was injected into the vessel, which temporarily raised the vibrational field of the body. You know, I've been looking into Andara crystals because I would like one, but it looks like a bit of a minefield out there in terms of actually getting one that is actually real. So if anyone has any advice and tips on that, let me know in the comments. Sugar that is not natural solely strips the lipid sheath from the melated ions mentioned in the brain and thyroid symptom chapter. So we've spoken about that. This causes them not to be able to send signals to the body. This can cause illness such as memory loss and Alzheimer's. When I asked the angels why, they informed me that a lot of fake sugar has bleach in it. Exactly right. Isn't that insane? That the sugar which is put into literally every single product, you know, go back to, I can't remember what it was, maybe 1990s, something like that, when there was a PR campaign to demonize fat and to lift up sugar, this white sugar that they were bleaching. So everybody was moving away from fat and moving on to all these low fat diet products which were laced with this sugar. And in fact, nearly all processed foods, probably, if you look at it, there is this bleached sugar. I mean, look at the bottle of a bleach, right? You're not going to digest bleach, it says, because you'll die, right? But yet sugar is bleached, and that is got, you know, it is why that, you know, it's one of the reasons why there's so much you know, problems with health. But you know, it's really addictive as well. We all know this, right? When we're coming off sugar, it's so addictive. And you know, and haven't we seen an increase in Alzheimer's? So it says this can cause illnesses such as memory loss and Alzheimer's. When I asked the angels why, they informed me that a lot of fake sugar has bleach in it. This, along with many chemicals found in food, damages DNA. Thirsty. The body needs food to assist with the anchoring of the light. This water is also associated with the extra calories your body is burning, which causes a thirst. The water helps ease those uncomfortable symptoms after sudden DNA activations. The body will get more thirsty than normal. Sometimes the body craves for more water to assist by pushing stuck energy out of your system. This is typically followed by sudden diarrhea. Virus, fungus, bacteria. Viruses, bacteria and fungus only invade when the super personalities are not balanced. Subpersonalities, sorry. Super interesting. Subpersonalities are a personality mode that a person uses to cope with psychological situations. Viruses form when you have allowed others to use and abuse your energy. Fungus forms when you have abandoned yourself. Bacteria forms when your energy field is being invaded by aggressive energies. Allowing spirit to stream the limitless supply of love into your heart will automatically transmute these energies. This is a part of the natural healing process. All have the power to do. If the heart is close to this supply, it causes the life force energy to drain, which causes the energy bodies to become depleted. So that's the end. But I just want to add to that, right? Look back at 2020 with these so-called viruses, right? And what were they doing? They were creating fear, and they were creating disconnection from love. They were moving people into fear, not being, they were having people not be able to be touched by the hands of the people that love them, not be able to be in the energy of the people that love them, keeping them disconnected, in fear, abandoned, all this stuff. I said it at the time, the virus is fear. And obviously right now people are waking up from that programming, that psychological warfare that took place during that time. And it all happens for a reason. I am grateful for that period of time because it allowed us all to really start waking up at new levels. So it all served a purpose, but we can see how, just what she's saying here, right? I used to say to people, you cannot catch a cold, right? That is a lie. It's a program. Because look, I had a friend at the time who she went away with her husband and son and her mother, and her husband got really poorly. Right, he was really poorly while they were away. It was in Filey or somewhere, I can't remember now. Skegness it was. And she rang me up because she knew that I was awake to what was happening, and I wasn't afraid to be around people that were poorly. I didn't fear that I would catch their poorliness and then I would die, right? I wasn't in that mindset. I knew I had been activated, right? So if you were in that mindset, don't judge yourself. I'm not saying this to be like you should feel judgment or shame. Absolutely. No, these were deep, this was deep psychological warfare that was going on, and they were using hypnosis, using the TV, using so many channels to plug into fears that they'd already planted inside people's heads that they've been doing for a long, long time. But she phoned me because she was like, none of my family, so can we see how love was closed down? None of her family would go and pick him up and bring him home, and he needed to come home because he was poorly, right? And he was, he was really poorly, and he wanted to come home, right? You know what it's like sometimes when you're poorly, you just want to be in your home. So she phoned me because she knew that I wouldn't care, and I didn't care. I went and I picked him up. I showed love and compassion, and I spent the whole time in a car with him for hours, brought him home. Did I get poorly? No, because I knew that he couldn't make me poorly. If my body got poorly through spending time with him, it wasn't because I caught something off him. It was because there's toxins inside of my body that need to be released out of my body. When we are going through things like colds and stuff like that, it's our body purging out toxins, and we want to be grateful that the body does that. So I just wanted to add that because I just think it's interesting. I'm going to read this one again for us because I think this is so interesting, because this is what they've used this, right, massively to make people fear. Viruses, bacteria and fungus only invade when the subpersonalities are not balanced. Subpersonalities are the personality mode that a person uses to cope with psychological situations. Viruses form when you have allowed others to use and abuse your energy. What was happening there? People were being used and abused. Fungus forms when you have abandoned yourself. Bacteria forms when your energy field is being invaded by aggressive energies, allowing spirit to stream the limits. What do we need to heal? We need love. We need compassion. We need that loving energy. This is why we have visitors in hospital, but why do they cut off that love, right? Because it is known that the love of the family helps the person that is ill to start to actually become better. It actually helps them, doesn't make them worse. Spirit to stream the limitless supply of love into your heart will automatically transmute these energies. This is part of the natural healing process. All have the power to do. If the heart is closed to this supply through fear, it causes the life force energy to drain, which causes the energy bodies to become depleted. So we're going to leave it there for now, and I'll see you on the next one.